Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GMologist Presents. I am here with Stream Rolla, and we are going through RPG A Day 2025. It is day 4, August 4th, and today's prompt is message. I thought it read massage, but it is message. What does message mean to
Massage.
you? No, it's message.
I know, but I could use a massage.
Yeah, that'd be
Message.
nice.
I think multiple things when I think message. Kind of going back to yesterday at the tavern. How many times have we had to go in and get a message from our patron at the tavern to start something?
Yeah, they leave you a message there, right? Or they don't meet with you
Uh,
directly. You get a cryptic message or a strange message.
Or like my character in One Ring is constantly sending messages off to not necessarily our patron, but she's sending messages back to R1's mom.
Right, right. And that's kind of only sometimes that's the way you have to communicate in these games, right? You guys in the
Mhm.
D&D AD&D campaign against the slave lords, you guys got to send messages back to Dark Shelf and see what's happening while you're training in a different city or town. I
Right. Or we have to pay someone to go as almost by horse or running or on a boat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I mean, I know like in what's kind of a neat mechanic that they have in Savage Worlds and Deadlands is you can, send or you got to communicate with your peoples, right? Um,
Hmm.
your employers or whoever and and you send like there's a roll to see if the telegraph message gets through or not, So, or I guess if you were to start in an earlier time, whether the Pony Express writer gets through. Um, but now it's usually in the Deadlands it's like the telegraph, right? I think
Right.
what a really interesting message that was a really neat starting point again for an adventure. These seems to be very common. The starting point for an adventure, a message can do that is right the in my Mysteries of the Ancients uh, kind of campaign that well it didn't start as a Mysteries of the Ancients. It was what I call Behind the Claw, or now it's Order of the Claw. In my long ongoing traveler campaign, we just started Mystery of the Ancients, and that phase of the campaign started with a strange message and a really powerful, strange message, strange artifacts from an old contact of one of the player characters. So it was pretty cool how that started. And I remember way back, I think one of the coolest was like this is a very common trope, but I haven't used it very often. Is like you're like the air, And I remember way back when I ran the Eye of Azathoth. Is that it? Yeah.
Think
Oh,
so.
the Eye of Azathoth. Yeah, something like that. Maybe I can't remember. It's one of the classic Call of Cthulhu campaigns, and it started with a letter from a lawyer saying that you were heir to like this house of fortune or something like that. So
Hmm.
I think the
Well,
haunting starts that way too. But that's a very common trope, where you get a message and that starts the adventure. You get a message from a an old friend or whatever. A long lost relative or a strange relative, and it starts a whole mess of intrigue and conspiracy and adventure.
well, isn't there sometimes that we receive a message in the game, but it's not really a message, it's more or less a riddle to help us get through? Like in Free RPG Day, we played that one game where we had that riddle, so we couldn't
Oh,
unlock it unless we solved the riddle, and that was something that was written down in scripts.
right. Yeah, you got so yeah, a message could be clues that you find throughout the course of the adventure, and I thought you guys did a great job in following and interpreting those clues because it's kind of a hard puzzle to me. But and I'm glad that was a really good game. It's the Castle White Rock Prelude that they have out there for that Goodman put out for uh
Free RPG
Free
Day.
RPG Day, and yeah, the puzzle was really challenging, but the players resisted resorting to die rolls for a hint. So I thought that was really brilliant of the group. That's pretty fun.
It was fun. Or I was thinking, sometimes the message could mean I forget which game we were playing, that we were picking up different pieces of a puzzle to put it together to get the full message at the end. Um, I can't remember. I think that might have been a 1920s Cthulhu.
Possibly. I know that a long time ago in a Wild West Cthulhu, you were trying to find pieces of a map that
Mm-hmm.
that led to somewhere, which was pretty cool. We never finished that campaign, alas, but it was
We
fun.
will someday.
Yeah, I don't know, probably not, but it was a really cool set of adventures. Although I think we only ran with your group, we only ran one, but I've run that adventure again in a High Plains Heroes type of thing for hero system. So
Well,
yeah,
let me
it's really
ask
neat.
you this. Didn't we have messages when we played Delta Green? I know we
Oh
did with
yeah,
Poker Night.
oh for sure, yeah, for sure. There's all those clues. A clue is a message, right? And
Mm-hmm.
how the players take them and solve them and interpret them is a a really fun part of the game, I think.
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Stream Rolo?
No, I think that's it for day 4.
That's it for day 4. The prompt was message. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
And good rolling.